George Ivanovich Gurdjieff was a mystic, philosopher, spiritual teacher, and composer of Armenian and Greek descent, born in the latter part of the 19th century. He became influential in the early to mid-20th century, particularly known for developing a complex system of ideas often referred to as the Fourth Way, which described a path to self-awareness and spiritual enlightenment that was distinct from the traditional paths of the monk, fakir, and yogi. Gurdjieff grew up near the ancient city of Kars, then part of the Russian Empire, now in Turkey, where he was exposed to a wide range of cultures, religions, and philosophical ideas from an early age. This multicultural environment, which included Christian, Islamic, Buddhist, and Hindu influences, deeply shaped his approach to spiritual questions and his quest for hidden knowledge. Gurdjieff's philosophy is vast and eclectic, incorporating concepts drawn from Eastern and Western religious traditions, astrology, Gnosticism, and modern science. At the core of his teachings lies the idea of self-observation and self-remembering. He believed that most humans live their lives in a state of hypnotic waking sleep, but through rigorous self-discipline and practice, one can transcend to a higher state of consciousness. The Fourth Way is perhaps what Gurdjieff is best known for, a spiritual path combining and harmonizing elements from the way of the monk, faith, the fakir, asceticism, and the yogi, mind. Unlike these paths, which demand withdrawal from the world, the Fourth Way can be practiced amid ordinary life and aims at balancing various forms of human functions such as emotion, intellect, and physical body to achieve inner unity. Today, we will examine 8 triads of his teachings. Gurdjieff's teachings on the intellectual center underscore the profound interconnectivity and essential sequential development among logical thinking, memory, and analytical abilities. He posited that a true understanding and awakening of our intellectual capacities require a specific progression and interdependence of these faculties, akin to a nonlinear developmental path. In a nonlinear triad, logical thinking directly enhances memory, which in turn uniquely strengthens analytical abilities. This specific sequence underscores a nonlinear causality where the improvement of one capability directly leads to the enhancement of another, rather than all simultaneously. This path reflects Gurdjieff's belief in the potential greatness of human capabilities, which can only be realized through deliberate and structured intellectual engagement. As Gurdjieff articulated, man's possibilities are very great. You cannot even conceive a shadow of what man is capable of attaining. But nothing can be attained in sleep. Conversely, the relationship also holds true in reverse for deficiencies. A lack of logical thinking leads to diminished memory, which weakens analytical abilities. This inverse relationship shows that deficiencies in foundational intellectual skills can lead to a cascading decline in other cognitive areas. This nonlinear interaction among logical thinking, memory, and analytical abilities creates a robust intellectual center where each component not only coexists, but also reinforces and depends on the others in a specific order. Such a framework ensures that enhancing one skill naturally and sequentially bolsters the next, leading to an overall harmonious intellectual development. Thus, the intellectual center, according to Gurdjieff, comprises these 3 core components in a dynamic and non-linear relationship, where the strength and balance of each component are essential for the optimal functioning and awakening of the intellect. This relationship not only facilitates a deeper understanding, but also fosters a more profound and effective use of one's intellectual capacities, highlighting the transformative power of an awakened intellect. Gurdjieff's teachings about the emotional center reveal the complex and interdependent nature of feelings, moods, and reactions. He posited that our emotional state is not static, but highly dynamic, influenced by an ongoing interplay of various internal elements. As Gurdjieff succinctly noted, man has no permanent and unchangeable I. Every thought, every feeling, Every sensation, every desire, every like and dislike is an I. This observation underscores the fluidity of our emotional lives and the necessity of achieving balance among its constituting components. In understanding the emotional center, we must consider how negative moods can profoundly impact feelings, which in turn may trigger adverse reactions. This sequence forms a negative feedback loop where disturbances in one aspect, such as moods, can propagate through the system, leading to a general destabilization of emotional well-being. This feedback mechanism shows how a disruption in one element leads to and reinforces disturbances in another, and so on, creating a cycle that can spiral without intervention. Conversely, the emotional center is also capable of fostering positive cycles. Positive feelings can elevate moods, which in turn can lead to constructive reactions. This positive reinforcement loop enhances emotional well-being, reflecting how each component not only coexists, but actively supports and boosts the others. This dynamic is crucial for balanced emotional development, as Gurdjieff emphasized the importance of harmonizing one's emotions to attain deeper self-awareness and stability. Furthermore, the harmonic relationship within the emotional center illustrates that when feelings and moods are balanced, they lead to healthier reactions. The harmonious interplay between any two of these components supports the development and stability of the third, ensuring a comprehensive and resilient emotional state. By understanding these complex interactions, both negative and positive, within the emotional center, we can appreciate the importance of maintaining each aspect in harmony to promote a healthy, balanced emotional life. This balanced state is not only crucial for emotional resilience, but also essential for the broader goal of self-awareness and personal growth, as Gurdjieff's teachings suggest. Gurdjieff's perspective on the physical, moving center highlights the sophisticated interconnectedness of physical sensation, motor skills, and instincts, essential for achieving bodily awareness and effective movement. He remarked, "The human organism is an extraordinarily complex machine. One part can change and function differently from another part, emphasizing the need for a finely tuned coordination among these components to ensure the body operates both harmoniously and efficiently." In the dynamics of the physical moving center, physical sensation acts as a foundational element that directly influences motor skills. Enhanced physical sensations lead to improved motor skills, which in turn refine instincts. This sequence outlines a reinforcing cycle where each component not only supports but also amplifies the development of the next, enhancing overall physical capabilities. Conversely, a deficit in physical sensation can disrupt this cycle, impeding the development of motor skills and consequently dulling instincts. This negative causal relationship demonstrates how a lack in one area can lead to deficiencies throughout the center, underscoring the necessity of maintaining each component actively and attentively. The harmonious interaction among physical sensations, motor skills, and instincts is crucial for a balanced physical center. When physical sensations and motor skills are well aligned and functioning optimally, they naturally lead to refined instincts. The harmonious interplay between any two of these elements promotes the growth and enhancement of the third, contributing to a comprehensive and balanced physical functioning. By understanding these interdependencies within the physical moving center, we gain insights into the importance of each component in supporting and enhancing the others. This approach not only aligns with Gurdjieff's teachings on the complexity and potential of the human body, but also highlights the practical implications of fostering an integrated and harmonious physical existence. Self-remembering, a pivotal concept in Gurdjieff's teachings, is an intricate practice requiring the unification of awareness, attention, and presence. Gurdjieff emphasized, self-observation brings man to the realization of the necessity of self-change. And in observing himself, a man notices that self-observation itself brings about certain changes in his inner processes. This insight underlines the critical interdependence of awareness, attention, and presence in fostering profound self-awareness and transformative personal development. In the practice of self-remembering, awareness serves as the foundation that heightens attention, which in turn deepens presence. This progression illustrates a conjoined relationship, where enhanced awareness directly improves attention, and together, both significantly amplify the quality of presence. This sequence creates a reinforcing cycle, wherein each component actively supports and elevates the function of the others. Conversely, the absence of one of these elements can disrupt this delicate balance, highlighting the importance of each in maintaining effective self-remembering. The harmonious interaction among awareness, attention, and presence is crucial for achieving a balanced state of self-awareness. When these elements are in equilibrium, they mutually enhance each other, creating a robust framework for personal growth and stability. Through this balanced and reinforcing interplay, an individual can achieve a state of self-remembering that not only enhances personal development, but also leads to a higher level of consciousness and self-realization. This interconnectedness among awareness, attention, and presence reflects Gurdjieff's belief in the potential for profound internal change through deliberate and sustained self-observation and self-awareness. Self-observation, as taught by Gurdjieff, is an essential practice for achieving profound self-awareness and growth. Gurdjieff emphasized the need for a conscious approach to this practice, cautioning against the passive or mechanical engagement with one's inner processes. He stated, "Conscious faith is freedom. Emotional faith is slavery. Mechanical faith is foolishness." This underscores the importance of maintaining objectivity, reflection, and non-judgment in self-observation to avoid the pitfalls of mechanical or emotional entanglements that cloud true understanding. In the context of the bottlenecked scenario, the absence of any one component, objectivity, reflection, or non-judgment, can severely restrict the effectiveness of self-observation. Without objectivity, reflections become biased. Without reflection, insights into one's behaviors and thoughts are shallow. And without non-judgment, the process is colored by prejudice, which further obscures clear understanding. This creates a bottleneck that hampers the flow of self-awareness, trapping the individual in a cycle of limited insight and repeated patterns. The interdependence among these components is crucial for breaking through this bottleneck. Objectivity allows for clear and unbiased reflection. Reflection deepens understanding, which fosters a non-judgmental attitude. And non-judgment opens the door to more honest and objective self-appraisal. As Gurdjieff suggested, the worse the conditions of life, the more productive the work, always provided you remember the work. This implies that challenging internal conditions, when approached with diligent self-observation, can lead to significant personal growth. Thus, the balanced state of self-observation that Gurdjieff advocated for is achieved through the harmonious interplay of objectivity, reflection, and non-judgment. When these elements are aligned and balanced, they not only support but enhance each other, fostering a comprehensive and effective practice of self-awareness. This balanced interaction is vital for overcoming internal bottlenecks and achieving a higher state of consciousness and self-realization. The Law of Three, a foundational principle in Gurdjieff's cosmology, describes the interplay of three essential forces: the active, the passive, and the neutralizing. Gurdjieff stated, "A man must be able to control these three forces and bring them into proper relation. Only then will he be able to know himself and his place in the world." This highlights the importance of mastering the interaction of these forces to comprehend the complexities of existence and attain inner balance. In this triadic structure, the active force initiates or catalyzes action, setting the dynamics in motion. The passive force provides resistance or receptivity, which shapes and molds the direction of the action. The neutralizing force harmonizes and balances the active and passive forces, ensuring that their interaction leads to a productive and sustainable outcome. This triadic relationship is pivotal for understanding the law of three, as it demonstrates how each force is essential for the creation and maintenance of balance and harmony in any system. The forces are mutually dependent. Without the active force, there is no initiation of processes. Without the passive force, there is no form or structure to the unfolding action. Without the neutralizing force, there is no resolution or harmonization that allows for new states or conditions to arise. In practical terms, the convergence of these forces can be seen in human endeavors and natural processes, where active forces represent efforts or energies directed toward a goal. Passive forces represent the obstacles or contexts that shape how these efforts manifest. Neutralizing forces represent the insights, adjustments, or mediations that align efforts with reality to achieve a functional outcome. Gurdjieff emphasized that understanding and balancing these forces is crucial for the development of higher states of consciousness. He noted, "Only by finding the right relation between the three forces can one find the truth of a given moment or situation." This implies that the continuous balancing act between these forces is what allows for the evolution of understanding and the achievement of genuine inner harmony. Thus, the law of three is not merely a static framework, but a dynamic model that illustrates how interactions and balances between different forces lead to development and transformation. This dynamic balance is essential for comprehending how elements interact within any system, whether in personal growth, social dynamics, or the natural world. The law of seven, a fundamental concept in Gurdjieff's teachings, elucidates the structure and dynamics of development and change through the principles of octaves, intervals, and progression. Gurdjieff emphasized, "Everything in the universe is material, and the material is always moving and changing according to the laws of vibration, or octaves." This statement highlights the continual flux and transformation that characterize all existence, guided by specific vibrational patterns, or octaves. Octaves signify a sequence of vibrations or steps, each contributing to a cycle of development. In Gurdjieff's framework, an octave comprises 7 notes with specific intervals between them, which collectively describe a complete evolutionary cycle, from the beginning of a process to its culmination. Intervals, within the context of the law of seven, are critical transitional points within an octave that require additional energy or effort for the progression to continue. These intervals are points where, without the correct input, processes can either stall or deviate from their intended course. Gurdjieff identified these intervals as moments where conscious effort is required to maintain the direction and momentum of development. Progression refers to the movement or development through the octaves and the successful navigation of intervals. It embodies the dynamic aspect of the law of seven, illustrating how each step in an octave builds upon the previous one, propelled by the successful negotiation of intervals. The interdependence of octaves, intervals, and progression forms a cohesive system where each element supports and influences the others. Without a clear understanding of octaves, the overall pattern and direction of development are lost. Without recognizing and addressing intervals, progression can falter or deviate, failing to reach its potential. Without continuous progression, the cycle represented by the octave cannot complete itself, hindering the full realization of developmental potential. Divergent logic, as applied to the law of seven, highlights this critical interdependence. A lack of understanding or application in one area adversely affects the others, leading to incomplete or fractured development. This divergent characteristic underscores the necessity for balanced interaction among all 3 components to ensure holistic development. Therefore, the law of seven operates harmoniously when octaves, intervals, and progression are balanced and effectively integrated. This harmonic interaction facilitates a comprehensive understanding of the processes of change and development, aligning with Gurdjieff's broader philosophical objectives of enhancing self-awareness and achieving higher states of consciousness. The Enneagram, as introduced by Gurdjieff, is a universal symbol encapsulating the complexity of human existence and the potential for transformation. Gurdjieff described it as perpetual motion. It is also the philosopher's stone of the alchemists. This description highlights the Enneagram's capacity to offer deep insights into the dynamics of human behavior and the processes of personal and spiritual growth. The 9 points of the Enneagram represent different types or aspects of human personality. Each point encapsulates specific traits and tendencies that contribute to a person's overall character and behavioral patterns. These points are not isolated. They are part of a dynamic system that interacts extensively with the others. Connections between these points illustrate the relationships and influences they exert on one another. These connections are not merely lines on a diagram, but represent potential pathways for personal development and transformation. They indicate how various traits can manifest under different circumstances and how shifts in one area can impact others. Dynamics within the Enneagram refer to the movement and interaction across the points and connections. This includes how personal growth can progress through different points under the influence of internal and external factors, highlighting the fluid and evolving nature of personality. These 3 elements, points, connections, and dynamics, are interdependent and crucial for a comprehensive understanding of the Enneagram. The points provide the structural basis of personality types. The connections depict how these types relate and influence each other, suggesting pathways for growth and transformation. The dynamics describe the active process of movement and evolution through the Enneagram, reflecting real-life changes and developments in personality. Gurdjieff emphasized the importance of understanding all 3 components to fully utilize the Enneagram's potential. The harmonic interaction among the points, connections, and dynamics ensures that the Enneagram functions effectively as a tool for self-discovery and transformation. Each component not only supports, but also enriches the others, creating a balanced system where balanced points and connections foster a deep understanding of dynamics, facilitating smoother transitions and growth through different personality aspects. Properly understood dynamics enhance the connections, making it possible to navigate the complexities of the Enneagram and apply its insights effectively. The integration of points and dynamics is essential for maintaining and realizing the potential connections, ensuring the Enneagram's role as a transformative tool remains potent and relevant. This structured approach to the Enneagram illuminates its role as more than a static model of personality types. It is a dynamic framework that facilitates a deeper understanding of human behavior and provides a roadmap for personal and spiritual development. Gurdjieff remains a complex and enigmatic figure in 20th century esoteric thought, revered for his profound insights into human consciousness and criticized for the obscurity and demanding nature of his teachings. His impact, however, is undeniable, bridging Eastern mysticism and Western philosophy and offering a pathway to spiritual development that is both comprehensive and applicable to everyday life.